You on the fence?
I think we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the DLLS Cowboys podcast. It's going to be a wild one. Your boys hungover. Everybody else has their own challenges. And it's a Friday. What are we doing? Micah Parsons putting some pressure on Jerry Jones. Jerry's having a fluff piece documentary come out that's going to make you guys really mad. And we'll get ready for Tampa. How about that? It all starts meow. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. We actually have a bunch of stuff for you today. We're going to have a wonderful show, maybe. We want to thank everyone for being here. Please hit the like button while you're here. My job depends on it, on the like button. If we don't get 100, they're going to cut off my foot.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, just a foot.
With Joe Burrow's katana.
With Joe Burrow, one of Joe Burrow's offensive lineman's katanas. What, Clarence? We haven't even
Thought you
started.
was
We
going
haven't even show
started.
yet, bro.
Thought you was going to Kunta Kinte, you know.
I was nervous.
Oh, not Kunta Kinte.
You know, they cut it off with an axe.
Well,
Why do you know who that is?
well, I had to stop you from running. You know, I told you I am.
No, don't say it.
Nope.
Micah Parsons putting pressure on Jerry Jones to get a deal done quick so they can sign free agents. We do have a game to get ready for. We do have a documentary coming out, and we've got some funny stuff happening in the NFL. So let's do all the things, shall we? Please hit the like button and leave your favorite number in the chat right now. Any number for any reason.
You know what number it's going to be.
And your favorite animal emoji. That's what I'm looking for. My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Wow.
Next to me is the greatest beat writer in the history of the Cowboys,
Wow.
Joe Hoyt.
Tell him something, Joe.
I would get you a katana for Christmas if I had the money.
I have a sword, so I wish Joe Burrow bought me a katana. It'd be badass. I had two swords.
Do the people know what we're talking about?
Joe Burrow bought his offensive lineman katanas for Christmas, and each one comes with its own little story, the backstory of the authentic Japanese katana. Like what town it did battle in,
Okay.
who was slain by said katana.
What ghost is in the katana?
Perhaps someone dishonored themselves and was forced to impale.
Why are they saying numbers in the chat?
I just said to put your favorite number in the chat because
Somebody put 69 on everybody.
so here's the secret. YouTube runs on an algorithm, and if there's activity in the chat, YouTube thinks that you're crushing it, so they promote your video. So I just need people to put something in the chat. So I just said number.
There you
Mine's
go.
32.
Okay, Josh Hamilton. I was right there with you until the kid stuff.
More so loving basketball, Monica. Obsessing with that.
Okay, fair.
What you
Next to Joe is the second best beat writer in the history of the Dallas Cowboys, Clarence Hill.
got? Clarence.
You want to
Not
win?
two.
Would pop up.
Not two. Never been two.
You were my number one until I had to edit your story this morning.
Never been two. But I would say this. The 49ers quarterback gave his offensive lineman $85,000 Toyota trucks.
He didn't even have a
But
contract.
he didn't give it to him.
Okay, whatever. They got $85,000 Toyota trucks for Christmas. I would rather have that
I'd rather have the katana.
than the sword.
Is your
If
car?
I'm a big old offensive lineman, many of those Bengals offensive linemen probably are not going to be in the league too long.
But
I'd rather have the truck.
if they bring the katanas on the field, they'll have a chance.
When they gift those things, I always be thinking that when they gift vehicles like that, are they paid off or did you just do the down payment and I got to make?
I'm
the
sure he has
payment?
a deal with Toyota.
Yeah, Toyota. He
There's
does
no down payment. They're free and clear.
Yeah.
Well, because I always wonder, like, even when people buy cars for people for Christmas and stuff, I be thinking like, this is cute, but it's not.
You know what I'm doing for Christmas? I am renting a Lexus for one day, and I'm getting a gigantic bow, and I'm putting it in the neighbor's driveway
How would you do
that
that?
is
You're so
hilarious.
chaotic.
because we're going to see what happens. Somebody's going to walk out there and be like, oh, my God, honey. And he's going to be like, no. And then I'm going to
Oh
go
my
take
God.
my car back.
That's cruel.
No, this could go extremely poorly. Yeah, you
Cruel.
could start like a whole like house wrecking thing right
Yeah.
there.
What's up? I'm me.
It's a
and
good
then we
bit,
can
though.
go to talk
Oh.
for real. But it's fine. I want to talk football.
2 eyes here.
What's up?
I blame Clarence.
Okay. I got it. I see you.
I blame Clarence. Yeah, what was the first thing today? Oh, the first thing's Micah Parsons.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry found him one that he likes. Boy, Jerry found a player he likes.
It's like, that's why we drafted him.
He's like, so Jerry's favorite thing is convincing the world that players should take less so that you can build a better team, even though he still won't use free agency to build a better team. But he will use that against the players. And Micah, boy, I bet his agent is hot today. I bet his agent is hot. Because Micah was talking about, I don't have to be the highest paid defensive player. I just need to be able to get a lake house, which is hilarious. I like that.
That's a great quote.
But no, so he was just saying, he wants. I like that he's putting pressure on the front office, though. So what Micah Parsons said is he wants to get a contract extension done before free agency, because the way that the Cowboys like to do things is milk it for the story, which we'll talk about in the next segment.
Right.
Jerry's on tape saying it. They like to milk things for the story and then pay as much as possible for their player when they hold their feet to the fire. And Micah's trying to knock down some of his own leverage now, saying, I don't have to be the highest paid player. And no, I wouldn't hold out. I think I need to be there. And I'm just like, no, Micah, don't do it. But I guess, I mean, if you're a fan, you do actually want everybody to take less. I just refuse to be the person who tries to pressure them to. You'd let your agent do their job, get all your money.
Well, first of all, there are levels to this. So, seriously, what's less? Because most people figured that Micah could demand a contract of $40 million. Like Dak blew out the quarterback market, right?
Yeah. Right.
He went to 60.
Well, and Dak, right. Well, and there's levels to it, partially based on where you are. Like Dak was literally on the doorstep to free agency with a no franchise tag clause. Like Micah's going into a 5th year where he's still under control.
Yeah, but he was not playing on the 5th year.
Right. Well,
he's going to be like, he's not playing on the 5th year. Let's just be honest about that.
He shouldn't.
He's not.
Nice.
Just like CD wasn't.
Okay.
He's not playing on the 50 option.
He's very sure about this.
I like it.
Yes. He's not playing on the 50 option.
Okay.
That's why it's a conversation. That's why going into the 5th year is when they get these deals done. He's not playing on the 50 option. So, and theoretically, Nick Bosa has his deal is $35 million.
Yeah,
34, right? Justin Jefferson's 35.
Justin Jefferson's 35, and there was talk that Micah could conceivably get $40 million. So, there's two different levels of conversation here. I don't need $40 million because that's what everybody's talking about. So
I just need 35.1.
And I asked him the 38, and he said, so even if it gets down to 38, 36, he's going to be the highest paid non-quarterback. Let's be honest about that.
Yeah.
But it won't be $40 million, or he says he doesn't need $40 million. But if I'm the Cowboys, I'm calling this bluff. Let's do something different. Let's make this happen. Number one, you said you don't need $40 million. You don't need to be the highest paid.
He said he didn't have to be the highest paid. Did you say non-quarterback or defensive player?
Defensive player.
Okay, so 33.9. Go under Bosa.
He probably, that's talk.
But
call his bluff on it. Let's make it happen. Let's get him in here. Let's get the cap down. Let's not wait. Let's not do the CD. Let's not do the Dak. He said if I get signed, I will be at OTAs. I will be at minicamp. He talked about leadership. It's important for him to be around. One thing that we talked about, Micah doesn't need to be a leader. Jesse's talked about that before. Jesse's not here. But Micah talked openly about being around the young guys, learning a new scheme. If there's a new defense coordinator, being around the rookies, letting them feed off of him. He wants to be a leader. Part of his leadership thing is getting this deal done early. Well, he's given the Cowboys a game plan. He laid out a plan to sign him early. Let's get it done. Do something novel. Do something, out of your ordinary. Let's not let this thing go on throughout the offseason into training camp. Get him done before the start of free agency so you can lower your cap figure, because people understand when he signs a new deal, it's going to give the Cowboys cap savings no matter how much money it is, just like the Dak, like with CD. So if he even gets 38, 40, or 36, it's going to lower his cap figure for next year. Right now, his cap figure is 24/7. So it's going to give them Cowboys cap relief to sign other players. Do it now.
I think it's brilliant, too. That's one thing players and coaches have been talking about Micah Parsons is that he's brilliant. And I think this was a great move by him.
Jerry said he's brilliant because Micah said, I'll take less. Jerry's what a genius.
No. But Mike Zimmer earlier this week, he's brilliant. Players have said, he's extremely intelligent. And I think this was an extremely intelligent move because one thing we know about Cowboys in terms of negotiations, yes, it's a soap opera 365 days a year. That means things got to get contentious. And that means there's got to be good guys and bad guys. And often the Cowboys in negotiations like to say, hey, we want to get this deal done, but agents talk. CeeDee Lamb, if he would come and meet us at the table, we get this deal done. And that kind of harbors some hate over the offseason to CeeDee Lamb. From fans specifically. See, he held out and he did this. Dak Prescott, he just wants too much money. He's holding this leverage. He's kind of taking advantage of us. We have nothing else to do but to ultimately meet him there. What Micah Parsons has done is said, hey, I'm going to be the good guy. Everything. I've set the standard. I will show up to OTA, something I didn't do last year, or minicamp. I will do all this stuff. I will be here early. I want to get a deal done. All I want is a lake house, frankly. I'll get a deal done so that I can bring back Chauncey Golson, Osa Odighizuwa, Carl Lawson. And if it doesn't happen,
you're the bad guy.
It's not on me. It's not on me.
That's exactly what it is.
It's not David Mulligetti's fault. No. It's Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones not wanting to give me what I'm worth. Because one thing he also said yesterday, I know what I'm worth. Because someone asked him, can you make more money in the last 3 games here with better performance? He's like, no, I think what I've done is pretty well spoken for. So I think Micah Parsons did a brilliant move in the verbal negotiation warfare that the Cowboys love to play.
Yeah, I agree. And I agreed that I thought it was a really smart move because it also, too, in a place to where it seems like your locker room, people are talking about the locker room. Is the locker room together? Is there a divide or whatever? This is not only a show of hand to the ownership. This is also to his homies. This is also to his teammates. And when you talk about, you mentioned some of the guys that the Cowboys want to bring back, I also think if you listen to Micah and what he talks about, he cares about winning a Super Bowl. He really feels very seriously about if you not winning a championship, it taints your career. And that's how he feels and that's how he looks at it. So he wants to win a championship and it sounds like he's willing to do the things necessary to have the role players and the people there to win a championship. He understands what we've been talking about, is that just being top heavy ain't enough. So I thought it was a good move as well.
I like to be messy. So I like to think that Micah and Jerry are talking crap to Dak.
No, don't say that.
The guy took all the money. Oh my God. The part, and I wonder, is it possible that Micah Parsons can actually pressure them to do something differently? Because I think the tough part is Micah can say, look, I'll take less than I could get.
Right.
Let's say it's $2 million a year less than I could get.
Exactly.
The problem is, then what? Because if I do this, what are you going to do? Yeah. If the answer is at the end of training camp, we're going to sign a $2 million free agent because we're broken somewhere, no, that doesn't actually serve us. What I want you to do is I'll say I'm going to cut you a $4 million a year break. But when I do that, you're not going to do that to sign somebody to a 1-year, $4 million deal. Saquon Barkley's cap number this year is under $4 million. If I'm cutting you a break, it's to sign a real player. And that real player is going to get $15 million a year. The first year, it'll count less than 4. Yeah. Like Saquon does, because that's how contracts work. And I wonder if he is actually capable of getting them to do that, because I don't think so. And that's why I think the I'll take less is foolish for players. Get every dime that you can, because this organization is not going to change what they do. What you're going to cut them a break on isn't actually going to get the things that you think it's going to get. They're just going to say, thanks, buddy.
And at the end of the day.
Oh my gosh.
It's not good for the league. It's not good for other players.
Yeah.
For you to take less, for you to lower the market.
Right.
And I don't think that David Mulligetta and the NFLPA are going to be on board with him taking less and not getting as much he can get, because it's just like just like the CD deal, just like Justin Jefferson deal, just like Nick Bosa deal. When you get more, the next man gets more, okay? Because the owners, all of them are making money, okay? And so the key is for the players to also maximize the earnings, because the owners are maximizing their earnings on the stadiums, on their popcorn, on their parking. And I just hate when fans want players to take less.
I don't.
And people want players to take less because the owners are not taking less. When the Cowboys look, Jerry's not discounting anything.
No, and I'm with you. I mean, like in theory, just because of the way that the league is structured, there is a salary cap. And so, yeah, in theory, I want all of the players to take less as a fan because it's good for my football team. But I would never actually campaign for that because you're actually campaigning for the billionaire over the millionaire, and that's silly.
Yeah. And you're,
Yes.
and you're
That's
assuming
goofy.
that the billionaire is going to do something with the
Right.
savings.
Are you cheering for your coworker or your CEO? Are you? I am of the common man.
Of course.
I was you once before I got filthy rich,
No.
but I was
No.
you.
You should go.
You're empathetic.
You should go no.
Coming up next, we did get. You guys see the trailer on the sweet documentary that's coming out on
Soap
Jerry?
opera.
Plus, there's other wild stuff going on with a different owner in the NFL. We've got lots of good content for you coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast.
Speaking of good content, Empire Today does a lot of good flooring, and that's every time I just step on this floor, I love to hear that sound. But it's just good stuff, man. Empire Today, you get the ability to shop at home convenience, the right product for your needs. They got quick and professional installation at a low price guarantee. They do a fantastic job. Jeff, what's your favorite floor type?
Wood.
Oh, I love wood.
I like the wood.
Wood, but that's not all they got at Empire. They got a bunch of stuff. You could use the virtual floor designer to kind of just see exactly what your new floor will do. You get to kind of know exactly what you're getting into. It's fantastic stuff. They pride themselves in their convenient shop at home service. You're shopping for your home, so you don't have to leave at home. It's fantastic. Schedule a free in-home estimate today. All listeners can receive $350 off discount when they use the promo code DLLS. Restrictions applies. See empiretoday.com/DLLS for details. Reminder, $350 off. It's not bad.
350 is a big number.
That's not bad.
Also, shout out to our guys at Sleeper. We'll talk about them a little bit later as well. We used Sleeper for our picks and predictions segment, where you just go in there and you say, I believe that player X is going to have more or less than his projected stats for that week's game. And it doesn't have to be, I say week because I'm thinking about football, but they have all the sports on there and you can mix and match. You can say that Luka is going to have less than his assist numbers and that CD is going to have more than his receiving numbers and Rico Dowdle is going to, and you can just mix and match and do what you like. And the more picks that you combine, the more you can win, all the way up to 100 times yo money. It's on Sleeper. They're our friends. We love them. I'm obsessed with the app and I spend entirely too much time on it.
So much.
DLLS Boys is the code that you need. And then for new users, you download the Sleeper app, you use the code DLLS Boys, and you'll get $55 in free entries when you place a $5 contest. Apply it to any contest. Doesn't have to be your first. Terms and conditions apply. Currently operational in over 25 states, including this one. Check out Sleeper today. You guys see the trailer for the sweet new documentary?
Oh, yeah.
All of these things are so triggering.
Is it called a documentary?
Whatever.
Mockumentary? No, I'm just kidding.
'Cause
Yeah,
I have-
documentary.
Can I go on a mini documentary rant?
Go
Let
ahead.
it out.
I don't know the definition of documentary, but
Okay.
I think of documentary as like we are going to expose and show the truth about something.
Right.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Lately, the documentaries, especially on Netflix,
Yeah.
are really more of a branded promotional show
100%.
about the person or thing that they're covering. And to me, that's not a documentary.
No.
No.
And
This
it'd be
is
bad
a
people, too.
advertisement for Cowboys football and Jerry Jones. Like, it's not the one that did you guys see the Johnny Manziel one?
Yeah, that was
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Did you
Wasn't
see the Florida Gators one? Like, I thought
glanced
because
at
they
it.
were covering the time where Aaron Hernandez was there, the Pouncey twins were
It
there.
was bad,
Like, I
man.
thought we were going to see some wild stuff, like, and find out what was really going on at Florida. What we got was an Urban Meyer promotional piece. In case he ever wants to get back into coaching, we're going to make him look great. The Johnny Manziel one could have been incredible with all of the stuff that he had going on. They just glossed over. He was like, yeah, I was suicidal and my drinking was out of control. And then throughout the rest of the documentary, he's drinking beer. And it's just like, what? There's really good, important things in here that we could be doing. And then the Jerry one, I was like, oh, are we going to find out something? No.
No.
We're going to see a
Nothing that
puff
we don't
piece about the
already know.
Cowboys.
No, and the thing about it is they've been following for 2 years. We've been watching the Netflix
Yeah.
cameras. You know, it
Yeah.
was a funny incident last year when doing the Jimmy Johnson thing, and a lot of people think that's why he put Jimmy in Ring of Honor because of the Netflix cameras. It was content.
I could
Do you,
totally
do you
buy
know,
that.
do you know my theory is that I think we're going to look back in the last 2 years and a lot of things were like, why did they do that or how did that happen?
Yeah, it was
It's
it was
because of that?
because of Netflix.
That's
Like
my theory.
camera.
you know the Marcus Lawrence going into the Ring of Honor. A lot of different things that happened. The Netflix cameras are right there. So we're in Carolina last year, And so they do the big thing in Carolina and announce that Jimmy Johnson going to the Ring of Honor. And so we're going back upstairs because Jerry's doing it right before the game. So we all have to run upstairs to get ready for the game. Get the kickoff. The game's not important. The most important thing is Jimmy Johnson, this glorification of Jerry and Jimmy, and all that love fest that happened. And we're getting on the elevator, one elevator to get back to the press box. And we crowd into the elevator and the Netflix cameras. Hey guys, can I get on Netflix? We said no. All the beat right like, we don't care that you're Netflix. You are not more important than us. We have to do a game just because you're trying to follow Jerry around to document stuff. You're not getting on this elevator. Wait for the next one. You're not important here. But the thing about it is coming out now is it kind of tone deaf.
It's extremely tone deaf.
Yes.
It's gaslighting.
Aisha is triggered.
It's
Aisha is
triggering. I'm looking at I'm looking at the fans' response to it, and they like, what? Like, why? It's frustrating. I know that it has to be frustrating for fans because given what's happened this season, and then your rants with such detail and information.
You might be on it.
I'm retired from ranting though.
No, you're not.
What did Jerry say? No, what did he say? Let's
our
let's
GM
get
said
you
I'm
going.
not done.
What did he say?
Bob said, no,
What
we need those.
what did he say?
Play
It's
the
bigger
hits.
than football or more than winning and losing? What did he say?
Clarence, great question. So Jerry Jones has 3 lines in the 45-second
No,
trailer.
don't say
And
it.
I have all 3 of them.
Yes.
Take him.
All right.
I know Kevin was pissed.
How many of the lines that Jerry has in the trailer for his sweet Netflix documentary are about winning at the sport, you think?
Ooh, Jesus.
We get 3 little snippets from Jerry. One is, it's bigger than winning football games.
Right, bigger than winning football games.
Oh.
Everyone just watch Aisha every time Jeff says something.
One is, keep them talking. And one is, it's a soap opera 365 days a year.
One life to live, huh?
24/7.
Those are Jerry's 3 quotes from the trailer about the football team. And I would like to apologize to all of you
He hates us.
because I know it's hard. You're not going to leave your team, and I don't want you to because then you wouldn't be watching the show. So we're going to be sad together. We're going to hurt. We'll try to heal, but then we'll hurt some more because that's it. It's more than winning football games. It's being worth $10 billion. Keep them talking about you instead of doing smart business and signing your players in a timely manner and trying to build a competitive team. It's a soap opera 365 days a year. Make sure that CD is in the headlines by not getting a contract done all the way through training camp. Make sure the story is about us. It's not about winning.
I have the same internal feelings. It's not about football. And they just told us. He just told us. He been saying it anyway.
He's been saying it,
But
yeah.
first of all, I've had a front row seat to it
listen,
since 1997. It's never been about football. Going back to all the hard knocks, and I remember Dave Campo in a wetsuit. I remember, go back. Dave Campo was in a wetsuit at SeaWorld. Okay, I mean this is nothing new. This has been the case.
Time
out.
been
Yeah, no,
big.
I did not know this.
It
Yeah,
was-
reverse.
For anyone who doesn't know, we need more details on Dave Campo and a
Tell us
wetsuit
more about
at
the wetsuit.
SeaWorld. Dave Campo, one of the sweetest men on planet Earth, by the way. Might be a terrible head coach.
Yeah.
Sweet man.
Yes.
Yeah. Why was he in a wetsuit?
It was part of the bid. They were out at SeaWorld. He was in a wetsuit, chasing the otters and whatever else.
But he was in the
He
thing
was with the otters?
with the fish.
Listen,
Dolphins?
Listen,
All right, I might not be
listen.
judging if
Look-
you got to
look
swim
for
with
that-
otters.
Look for it all. But it's on the it's why they've been on Hard Knocks 2 or 3 times because he
Yeah.
loves the attention. It's just going to training camp and the under the big top. It's been more than football. It's been about selling. There are photos of Dave Campo in a wetsuit out there. Where you
Well,
guys?
yeah, I'm on a Reddit thing
No, but
that says, why can't I find photos or video of Dave Campo in the wetsuit?
Wait till the Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
Season 2 of Hard Knocks is when it happened, allegedly.
Yes.
But you know what's-
2002 season, made a trip to SeaWorld. No, nobody's got any pictures or video for me.
There's
unfortunately.
video.
I hope
But you know what's
not.
crazy,
There's
too?
video.
Is like
Better
yesterday.
be crazy.
It is crazy because ESPN wrote an article basically condemning the Cowboys for these tours and saying, hey, it's all about more than football. And even in this article, you had players being like questioning, like, I don't know if I even said that, like, which would usually be, usually be like a thing, like, oh my gosh, like, the Cowboys should be mad about how they're being painted in public. No, Jerry was thrilled with how that story went. Jerry was excited, and guess what we've seen since that ESPN story?
More tours.
More tours. Yesterday, how big was those tours yesterday?
I mean, they're big. They've been big. You know,
They've been
big.
after-
No, they've been
after
huge during the
losses,
weekends.
they're huge. I
It's
mean,
been huge
I
during
mean,
the
and let's
holidays.
be honest, it's a good tour. If you're a Cowboy fan,
It's a good tour.
these people get their
Bro,
money's
we
worth.
are there
Listen,
every single day.
No, they get their money's worth. It's a very good tour.
Maybe I'm numb to
If
it.
You're a Cowboy
Maybe I'm numb
fan,
to it.
You're not a Cowboy fan.
No,
If
but
you're a
maybe I'm
Cowboy
numb to
fan,
it. Is it that cool?
For them, it is. If you're a fan, yes.
But you don't get M&Ms at the end of this. You don't get a free Guinness at the end of this.
No, huh? No candy.
We're jaded.
We're
But
desensitized.
in the comments, tell me if you've gone on this tour, because maybe I've gotten numb to it. Did you enjoy this tour? Is it as cool as he's talking about?
I'm
It's
numb
for-
to it, but it is an enjoyable tour to people. I've heard people.
I will
They-
say
they love
the
it.
tour. The people who give the tours are very insightful, though. That's one thing.
They're
I'll say. They do a
insightful,
great.
but
They do a
they-
fantastic job.
But you're talking about fans, and so being in the locker room and seeing all the
They
history,
feel connected.
they
connected.
love it.
Yeah, no, I don't point at me like I'm mad about. I'm not mad
It's
about
like
anything. I'm just hungover.
and it's better than AT&T Stadium too. But they love AT&T Stadium too. They like being on the Star, laying out on the Star, being in the locker room, being in midfield.
I hate AT&T Stadium.
Barnacles.
Really, just like if you go to a game and like you want
You hate
to,
the
like if I
stadium.
know other people who are going to a game, that at some point during the game I like to meet up and say hi and have a beer or something. At AT&T Stadium, if they're not seated near you, you have to like change levels and figure out a way to get through. I got to get around the club. And I
I
can't
think
go
that's a
through
lot
though
of-
because I don't have a wristband. So how do I
That's-
get up or
I
down?
think it's a
or-
lot of stadiums.
That's
now.
first world problem.
Yeah.
That's first world stadium problem.
Well,
They
I-
called you a
every-
first world guy.
I want to go to the Cotton Bowl.
No,
It's
stop.
concrete, and I'll just walk around till I get where I'm going. I don't like
Stop
being
it.
confused in my stadium.
I like simplicity.
So
as well.
we you know,
I'm a
it's
simple man.
it's funny.
It better be funny.
This Jerry thing and this documentary or mockumentary or whatever you want to call it comes out the same day that the news breaks about Jets owner Woody Johnson and
Oh,
how
good
he
segue.
handles his business.
I would rather have Woody Johnson.
Really?
Maybe. Let's see. Hold on.
Have
Let me get the
mercy
details on
on
Woody
us.
Johnson.
Come
The
on.
Madden thing?
Yeah, the Jets owner, Woody Johnson.
See, look at this guy. So cool, Kurt. My trip to the tour is literally my profile picture. It was
See?
awesome.
I am the
problem.
I'm just telling you, this tour is great.
So
People,
cool, Curry. No, you're doing great. You're doing
I
Definitely
definitely
not a
enjoyed
problem.
the tour. It's a good.
Okay,
People
he's
love
right.
the
It is a
stadium,
good tour.
of the
people
stadium.
love the tour.
People
I'm
love
just
the
telling
tour.
you.
No, yeah.
I am the problem. It's
they
crazy.
get their money's worth.
Look, while I rant and bitch about Jerry Jones and not trying their hardest to win football games, you also acknowledge, like, he does own a business and he's super good at that.
Oh, he's
Business
super
is
good at it.
booming.
He's super good at that. There's
He's the maestro of marketing, man. He does a great job.
He's a genius. Like,
You know
wasn't he? And I mean, it started with, like, you want to talk about being a genius about money. I believe, Clarence, you'll have to verify this, but if I remember right, like maybe Coca-Cola was an NFL sponsor.
Yeah.
And Jerry was like, all right, Pepsi, the official drink of Texas Stadium.
Right.
The NFL was like, you can't do that. And he's like, it's my building. And they're like, right, but we have a league sponsorship. He's like, yeah, this isn't the league and it's not the team. It's that building is
Right.
sponsored
No,
by
he-
them. Like, he finds ways to get himself super rich and then
when,
tells his
when
players
Jerry
to take
came
less.
to the league, owners treated their teams just like it wasn't their main business. You know, it was a hobby.
Yeah.
And Jerry made it his main business, and not just, you know, Pepsi and Coke. It was Miller Lite, you know, and he Ford
I'm
and
mad
everything
you know
else. He made local marketing, which transformed the league, which helped make other owners money, but they were against it because they were all one thing, and it has to be a league wide national campaign. And Jerry started making local campaigns, making local money.
I just realized I'm a terrible husband already because my wife works for PepsiCo, and I've been drinking Diet Coke this entire time.
Oh mercy.
God, I'm terrible.
Yeah, so Woody Johnson apparently didn't trade for Jerry Jeudy because his Madden rating wasn't high enough.
Please,
Like,
y'all.
they were
Please,
going
y'all.
to
please.
trade for Jerry Jeudy, but he's
he-
like, this Madden rating, like, why would we trade for that?
He's like,
player?
let me do my
not-
research.
And he probably got it from his teenage sons who were
Yes,
in
100%.
meetings talking about what they hear on the internet and interjecting that while executives are talking about business, and his teenage sons are adding in stuff about what they hear on the internet.
One of them's name is Brick. By
Yeah,
the
one
way.
of his teenage sons is.
Name
Brick.
is-
So
Here's
whatever-
why Jerry Jones is better than Woody Johnson, by the way, because that's what happened with Woody Johnson's kids. Jerry Jones's grandkids get them DeMarvion Overshown.
Yeah, that's right. That is all still very unstable because I do remember when Overshown got picked and Jerry's on the radio was like, that's right, my grandson told me that he is a great, and I'm like, stop now.
Was he wrong?
Well, the difference is that his grandson actually had a relationship with him and played with him and was next to him for 3 or 4 years.
Clarence started.
I'm just saying it's different than Woody Johnson's kids hearing something on the internet and making comments.
It was a joke.
And again, they did not overrule or use that to overrule scouts who do their work.
Well, I'll tell you, Paxton.
Oh, yeah, using his – yeah. Good point.
Dude, there's one hero in the Giants organization about Saquon Barkley, that behind-the-scenes stuff where the guy's like, are we sure about that nobody's
the inflections in his voice, he was so concerned.
Yeah. And the GM was like, who's gonna pay? And the guy's like, anyone who needs a running back.
He was
the Philadelphia Eagles.
So yeah, Brick and Jack, Woody Johnson's teenage sons. When we're discussing things, you'll hear Woody cite something that Brick or Jack read online. That's being weighed equally against whatever opinion someone else in the department has.
So,
God.
Quick aside.
I mean, Jerry's kids run the whole show.
There is a rumor, there is a story, whether true or not, that back in the day when the Cowboys initially started coming, Jerry Jr. brought Street and Smith magazine, Lindy's magazine, to the draft room. You know,
the random draft magazine?
You know, everybody he brought these magazines that, you know, before the internet, we used to have magazines that come out months that tells you who the top draft picks are, right? And he used to have a wad of Street and Smith or Lindy's magazine, go into the draft room to help, you know, hey guys, you guys look at this guy.
That's awesome.
Please.
There are some teams in the NFL that would probably draft better if they had like Dane Brugler's beast in front of them, like the Bengals, who have like 2 scouts in the whole organization. And they're
we got
6 and 8.
We do a super
We
chat.
don't have a super chat until after the break because we're late. Aaron from the 561. We see you and we love you. Coming up next, Cowboys win because, Cowboys lose because. We'll get into that. I want yours in the chat. And I want you to hit the like button and make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. If you're watching on my channel, make sure you're subscribed to DLLS Sports. If you're watching on DLLS Sports, you should probably follow my channel too. All that's next on our podcast where we're kicking ass and taking names.
The holiday season is about togetherness, and you know how I'm going to spend January 10th, God willing, is at the AT&T Stadium to watch Oregon hopefully play maybe Texas.
Very unstable that they call the game the Cotton Bowl, but it's not played in the Cotton Bowl.
It's very true, but guess what? Game Time is allowing me to go there because Game Time is the best ticketing app there is. They have Game Time picks that kind of give you options. We still got to go to emo night, by the way.
We're going to emo.
We're going to go to emo night. Game Time's fantastic. I've been using it even before we were on the show because you get to know before you go. You get to visualize exactly where you're going to sit. They do all-in pricing. One of my biggest bugaboos when it comes to ticketing is like, hey, I got this ticket. I have this great price. Let me tell my friends. Oh, wait, there's extra fees. I didn't even know that was a thing. Download the Game Time app today, create an account, and use the code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms will apply, but again, create the account, redeem the code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. You won't regret it. Download Game Time today. And what time is it?
Game time.
Wow, it's really not like that.
That's not like Tim the Toolman Taylor.
It's
Sounds
not
like
like
cookie.
that's not how you do it.
What you got to do?
Saturday Neon is our friends, started by a couple of college buddies. Saturday Neon, what they do is they make officially licensed collegiate logo LED neon signs that are perfect for your home, office, dorm room, fan cave, bar. Maybe you have a little place where you like to stream at the house. Get you a little light up behind there. Yeah. It's awesome. You can check out their Texas, A&M, Tech, Oklahoma State signs. Their new Essentials collection features almost 50 of the biggest schools across the country and counting for only $75. Unlike traditional neon, their LED signs aren't going to break or shatter, but they still give you that classic uniform glow that you know and love. The LEDs last up to 100,000 hours, so you'll be enjoying your sign for years to come. How about that? Head over to SaturdayNeon.com. Use our code DLLS, and that'll save you 10% off your favorite sign. Maybe get one for Clarence. Get him a little hook'em one.
Yeah, get one of these and then down.
All right, it's time.
You're not even on the shot.
For Cowboys win because and Cowboys lose because. And if you have yours in the chat, we're also going. Let me knock out our super chats first because we're very appreciative of you people. Aaron from the 561. Chill, you know what would be emboldening, funny, and interesting? Get all media after the games to go to a press conference and don't interview Jerry.
Whoa.
You could pull this off. No, because then you know what happens?
Then he'd stop doing it, and then
Whoever's not up at the top of the totem pole of the DFW media is like, hell yeah, I'm getting a Jerry exclusive, and they'll still go do it.
I already know who that would be.
We like content.
Who'd it be? Call him out.
Nope, not doing it.
We root for media. We like content. Jerry gives us content.
What if you did do
Jerry
that?
gives us headlines, unlike Mike McCarthy.
What if you did do that and you boycotted talking to Jerry after the games because everybody went to McCarthy instead? And Jerry, like Michael Irvin, just started his own YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh.
Stop.
And Jerry got a new razor and he folded that thing up halfway and he just started streaming himself after the game.
Yeah. The funny thing is,
It better be funny.
I remember a time when most of us went to Jerry and didn't go to McCarthy. McCarthy got offended. That's one reason why I go to McCarthy now.
Well, yeah, because he called you out by name.
He
That's the
got
hard
to
part
work.
about being Clarence is they all know him.
They all know
And
him.
so, like,
It's
if
the
somebody
cackle.
else misses, it's not a big deal. If he misses, Mike will say something to him in front of all of us. Like
Yeah.
at training camp, he'd do that. He'd be like, "Oh, Clarence, huh?"
He always is Clarence. Yeah. Quick shout out to Aaron, by the way. He has a really funny tweet about
That'd be
chill-isms
funny.
on Twitter about things that Chill does. It's very funny. You should check it out.
And shout out to Mike. Can Dak return to MVP level play, or might he be close to having to hang it up due to injuries?
He's
Why,
Gucci.
why is that funny?
He's Gucci.
Hang it up due to injuries?
Well, not hang. Well, yeah, I guess
where we get
the
to
hanging up
hang it
part's wild.
Yeah.
But I do. I mean,
mean,
watching him play this year, I was not super encouraged about my quarterback, who I defend all the time, because he's been a really good quarterback for a really long time. And if you hate on him, it's probably just because you got hate in your heart. Like, he's a really good player. And then this year, I'm like, I don't know,
He
man.
was pretty good in that fourth quarter against Pittsburgh.
I think
That was one game.
I think it's a
He also,
quarter.
they also, the defenses were getting the doors blown off them. They were in impossible situations.
They weren't running the ball.
They couldn't run
I'm
the
just
ball.
saying that I got a wonk eye looking at my
That's-
quarterback
that's
a little
fair.
bit,
That's
watching
fair.
him
That's fair.
come back.
I need that. I need him to get into some yoga,
Yeah, he got to do
Yeah.
some
some
yoga.
Pilates.
Do something for his hip
You
flexors.
know, some pelvic floor therapy.
Wait.
Something.
Clearly,
With
he's doing,
Empire.
clearly he's already doing that. She's pregnant again.
Oh, bro.
It's time to go.
Cowboys win
let's go
because
to the
Cowboys
win
lose because I select Joe Hoyt.
Okay, well, the Cowboys win because Todd Bowles doesn't confuse them. You know, they're going to do a lot of disguises on Tampa Bay's defense. They're going to have, I was talking to Cooper Rush about it yesterday. He's like, hey, you'll see guys that line up. It looks like an 8-man box. All of a sudden, they've got only 5 men in the box and they're
Yes.
running crazy coverages outside. He's like, the thing that they got to do is trust their eyes, trust what they've seen, and trust what they know, and not get caught up in all the minutia of a Todd Bowles mystery. So I think that if they can do that successfully, they will win. If not, they're going to throw a lot of turnovers and it's going to be bad. Cowboys lose because they go away from Rico Dowdle. This Tampa Bay defense is not the same rushing defense the Cowboys have faced recently. The Cowboys have had a lot of easy opponents to run the ball against. Tampa Bay is ranked 11th in terms of rush defense this year in terms of yards allowed. I think that this will be a tougher task for the Rico Dowdle train. Will he get 100? We'll see in probably in our sleeper picks next. But I think if they do run into a wall initially, you can't stop. You got to keep running with Rico, and if you do go away with it, you'll lose the game.
Sons of bitches. Clarence?
Cowboys win because they.
Oh, wait, hold on. Great job, Joe.
Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Some affirmation there.
You know, I had a dream last night the Cowboys won.
Which is really weird.
It's weird.
I woke up in the wrong bed in my house
You-
yesterday, so I mean, or today.
I'm like, you didn't hear it?
Yeah,
Oh,
today's been a bad day for your boy. Yeah. A
He
lot of
woke up
shame,
in the
a lot
wrong
of shame
bed.
in my existence.
At
Woke up in the wrong
11:30.
bed, terrified that I might have missed work. Yeah, it's a bad day.
anyway, I don't know why I just had this mysterious dream. that the
Because you're a
Cowboys
big
won.
fan. You're not a journalist.
But the Cowboys win because I'm not even legitimizing it. I'm not,
some shots of
I'm not legitimizing that. But anyway, they stopped the run. They stopped the run. They get after Baker. Micah Parsons, that defensive line has been get after the quarterback. They get after the quarterback. They get Baker on the ground. We saw the pass rush last week against Carolina. And I talked to Micah yesterday about, we see the frustrated him chasing his quarterback. Remember him chasing Joe and getting all
he's just like,
frustrated. And
Did Mike
upset.
ever come after you for what
Oh, no,
he
they were
said about
Gucci.
his friend
They're
Trayvon?
friends.
Man, Micah's, we're good.
He's like, but that Cavanaugh guy.
We're good.
I
But
just quoted out of Clarence.
so he said, man, that's part of the lion. Always he loves to chase. So he's gonna be chasing Baker Mayfield. That boomer soon. Get him on the ground.
Look,
Get Baker.
Baker couldn't even escape the police. You think he can get away from Micah Parsons?
Oh, that video is
What is
So,
wrong with
that video
you?
is hilarious.
They stopped the run. Micah Parsons chases Baker down and gets him on the ground. They lose because, as Joe said, the running game.
Not prepared for the segment. Okay, you weren't prepared.
That's
Whoa.
I wasn't prepared.
I'm
He
prepared.
took it.
Okay.
He took it. I mean, the foundation of the Cowboys on offense have been able, using Rico, being balanced, and being able to run the ball. This offensive line we've been talking about, can they continue to have that success against this Tampa Bay defensive line with Vita Vea? It's one thing for Brock and those guys to have success against Carolina, which is missing their best defensive lineman. Being able to do it against Tampa is a whole nother level, and I think that's the biggest challenge.
Fun fact, I played against Vita Vea in high school.
I bet
That's
you
kinda
got
cool.
your ass kicked.
He played running back.
I bet
you
you
tackle
got
him?
your
I did tackle him.
ass.
Oh,
You did.
my
I swear to God, there's
God.
video.
Was he 300?
No, he was a
280?
275 sophomore.
He chop a foot
Yeah,
down.
no, I jumped his leg, hung on, and waited till other people.
He was
That's,
Sophomore,
I
he
want
was a-
that video so bad.
Yeah,
You were a
that's
sophomore, you were a senior?
Yeah, I was a senior. He was a sophomore.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Senior Vita Vea, you wouldn't have.
Not at 310 pounds playing running back. God, no.
He was just a sophomore.
No, he was
so
a
you
baby at
you got the
275
you got the
pounds.
baby. Yeah, you got the baby Vita Vea.
Shout out to Mel Peters. You guys were good.
Shout out to Freak Jesus, Kerry Matthews in the super chat. Cowboys win because Poppy the puppy on Fox 4 predicted it.
I'm so tired.
If that's I mean,
He
if
was
that's
in my dream.
It might be that simple. Really.
Was Joe closer to the league than Jeff?
Wow.
I was.
No, I took one D3
Thank
recruiting
goodness.
trip.
Oh,
I didn't go to ACU.
you might have been
Closer.
closer.
Yeah.
I didn't get very close.
Yeah.
Aisha.
Yeah. Cowboys win because you talked about Cooper Rush and you talked about the Bucs defense, how they do disguises, how with all the things they do with their front. Cowboys lose because they don't make them pay for that. One thing about Tampa Bay, they're gonna run a lot of single high. Make them pay. I want to see Cavante Turpin. I want to see Brandon Cooks. We know that Cooper Rush hasn't went downfield a lot. Hopefully, maybe this is the game where he reads, he recognizes what they're doing. And if they're going to load that box like that, put it to him. I think they win because they take advantage of if they get turnovers. One thing we know about the Cowboys offense, they not scoring a whole bunch of points. One thing we know about the Tampa Bay offense is that they are scoring 26 points a game in this 4-game winning streak. To keep up with that, they have to. If the Cowboys do force turnovers, they have to capitalize on them to make that gap a little bit shorter. So that's what I think is going to happen.
That was really well done.
Well done.
Good job.
Vance is in the super chat. We did see Baker stiff arm a defensive player of the year this season. Baker's my guy.
I love Baker.
It's still hilarious watching him get tackled by
I
the
think
cops.
he's
It's one of the funniest
when he's trying
videos.
to run away drunk.
He's like, "Oh, I got this," and it's like, "No, you don't."
Look, your motor skills are tough sometimes. I'm going to say that the
Why is Clarence nicknamed Chill? He seems what?
Clarence
Chill.
Hill.
Yeah.
C.
He's
Hill.
everything but chill.
Chill. With those powers combined.
See, Hill. I am chill though. Well, I'm the opposite of that most of the time.
Yeah, you're not chill at all. And I don't mean that as an insult.
No.
I love that you're not chill ever.
No.
I think it's great. Sometimes it brings energy to a place where I could be asleep right now.
Don't
So
be
thank
silly.
you. Cowboys win because they limit the great and powerful Mike Evans, who he carried me to a playoff win last week in fantasy. But the amount of targets, it's like 15, 7, 14, 6. Like, just you don't necessarily know week to week what is going to happen there. But Mike Evans is obviously an absolute
Who
monster.
covers him?
Nobody. I mean, Deron Bland, but nobody.
Right.
No, because they're going to move him around. They don't
Right.
just keep him in one spot.
It's so hard in today's NFL to actually follow a guy because
Yes.
it's like, oh, you're covering me? Sweet. I'm in motion.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in motion this way and then back that way, and you're stuck over there.
Yeah.
And there's 2 people in your way to stop you from getting to me.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard. Mike Evans is trying to get a 1,000-yard season because he's been hurt. He's at 749. He's got to get it because he's on like
251.
He never. I think he's.
Yeah,
He's had a 1,000-yard season every year.
Every
right?
year.
Every single year. Hall of Famer.
He's on a Jerry Rice streak, and he's
Hall of Famer.
he's making Hall of Fame a push, Hall of Fame push.
Shout out to
Cowboy-
Galveston.
Cowboys win because they're able to limit that dude. Cowboys lose because the defensive improvement isn't what we thought it was when they've been playing against the different levels of competition that they've been playing against, and it's been very, very encouraging. This week, you are going up against a guy that I think the closer we get to the offseason, you're going to hear the name Liam Cohen over and over and over again. The
Heck
guy that
yeah.
runs Tampa Bay's offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a friend of, what does his tree go back to? Like he was with
McVay.
McVay for a minute. He's been around
Kentucky.
all the guys that you want to hire, people who have been around those guys. He's been around those guys. And when you just watch how they call plays and line up and move around and the different problems that they give you, he's going to be a head coaching candidate this offseason. And you're going to have to deal with, like, I don't think that their offense is overly stacked with talent. It's a pretty good O-line. Bucky Irving, nice back. Mike Evans is obviously wonderful. It's not like you're just overwhelmed with their personnel.
It's the play
I think a
calling.
big part of it is the
Heck
dude
yeah.
designing and calling the plays.
And the
So-
offensive line is just good.
Yeah,
So,
they have a good
well
line.
said.
our bid is over. Our bid is over. Jesse's gonna be disappointed. Our bid is over.
What?
Cowboys lose because
Bucky Irving runs for
Rashad White
150
for-
yards. Well, it's
Go
hard
Ducks.
because
Is the
Rashad
bid
White
over?
takes a lot of the carries, so it had to be Bucky Irving and
Yes,
Rashad
right,
White run
that's
for
right.
250 yards
and 3 touchdowns.
So is that a ode to the fact that we believe the Cowboys' run defense improved?
They've earned the right to kill the bit.
I think so.
But
Good
also
call.
too-
That's what I'm saying.
But also too, Tampa Bay literally just came back to their senses in running the ball. Because
Right.
baby, they was tossing. They be tossing that thing. If somebody tapped Baker on the shoulder, and said, "Hey, listen, we got a couple running backs."
My
back
guy
here."
Bucky's good.
Baker
and they
can throw
used them
the
in the
hell out of ball.
receiving game. The Cowboys defense has had trouble with
I
that.
think that was Todd Bowles.
Yeah.
What was?
What was?
Telling
Said to
the-
run the ball
yeah.
because their defense was getting
Oh.
killed. That's fair.
Hey, idiot.
Somebody.
Liam.
Run the ball.
Baker's been playing well. It doesn't mean he's good. Chill out.
Yes.
I like Baker. All right, so that's why they win and that's why they lose. Coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast, we'll have our picks and predictions. We'll want them from you. What is the final score and who wins this game? Plus the random assortment of other things that Jeff has loaded up to talk about on the show. Those are what's coming up next. But first, let's talk about our own selves. Let's talk about me. I want to talk about me. Want to talk about I want to talk about number one. You remember when Toby Keith was good and
Oh,
fun?
yeah.
It was a while ago.
Red Solo Cup.
Wait, he's dead, isn't
Nope.
Yeah.
he? I would like to take back saying remember when he was good.
You can't-
'Cause he's
it's
no
live.
longer with us.
It's
I want to
live.
give thoughts and prayers to the Keith family and friends.
It's archived.
Um,
It's on record.
we want you to sign up to be a diehard. We like that you're watching the show. We love that you take in the content, that you hit the like button, that you hit the subscribe thing. Those are all good things for us. What is the next level is sign up to be a diehard at alldlls.com. And when you do that, what you get is, I'm looking at the stories here, Joseph Hoyt, Dallas Cowboys playmaker Cavante Turpin, not only survives big hits, but seeks them. You want to know what in the hell is in that article? Sign up to be a diehard. You get access to our diehard level content. You will get an ad-free experience on the website. You will get a free T-shirt. I think I got one on. I think I got a DLLS shirt on.
Yep.
There it is.
Me too.
Oh,
Merch
look at-
day.
Aisha's got hers
Merch
on.
day.
Clarence, you and
I forgot.
are-
I forgot.
I
Oh, yeah,
forgot
we
last
decided
week,
Friday,
too.
right.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
Friday.
haven't all
Friday's
been on one
merch
accord
day.
just yet.
I didn't
We're getting
remember.
there.
Yeah, but I didn't do it on purpose. I stumbled into the room. Like, why didn't I sleep in this room? And then I
You
found
could
a
wear the
shirt.
hoodie again. You've been wearing that thing.
But yeah, sign up to be a diehard. You get a free T-shirt, you get discounts on merch and events. You get access to our Discord lounge where we hang out and talk about all the different sporting things. It's really fun during
Card.
games in there. You get
Special card.
You get your diehard Currying card, and that's pretty cool. And there was one guy in the chat. Was it Jeremy?
It was Jeremy Phillips.
Jeremy
he
was in
loved
the
his
chat, and he said, "Listen,
That's Jeremy.
I've been selling that little goofy card real hard." And he said, "We're underselling." That's how badass it is.
Can we put that in the lower third moving forward? Is just the quote from Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good play.
Yeah, testimonial.
All right, it's time for our picks and predictions. The Cowboys and Tampa Bay Buccaneers will play at AT&T Stadium. It'll be Sunday night football, and we'll see who's going to win the game.
What's coming out there?
Bipolar,
Need a
brain not
banjo.
working. Hell if I know.
Yeah, Sunday night.
These are the numbers that I pulled from our friends at Sleeper, where play $5, get $55 if you use the code DLLS Boys.
It's a lot of fives.
And I will, you know what? I tell you, I'm gonna be cooking on some of these.
Good.
I'm gonna be cooking. I'm not just gonna
Okay.
I'm not just gonna make a pick here.
Mm.
I'm gonna make it there. Rico Dowdle. The number just keeps going up and up and up. Will Rico Dowdle have more or less than 72.5 rushing yards? Now, I'll tell you what this depends on, ladies and gentlemen. You know what it depends on. Are we in the game or are we getting our ass kicked?
Right. Attempt.
Do you think they're going to be in the game or do you think they're going to get their ass kicked? I think that our Cowboys are feisty right now.
Woo!
I think they're feisty and they're scrapping and clawing, and it'll be at least tight-ish and the carries will be there for Rico, and Rico will have more than 72.5 yards.
I want to preface by saying my brother called me the other day, and he's like, hey, I'm going to stop using you for advice on my sleeper picks because you're wrong often.
You have to do a TikTok dance.
I do have to do a TikTok dance.
If anybody ever
dance.
is the only one who picks a certain direction and they turn out to be wrong, we didn't have a punishment prepared, but I think we're doing a TikTok dance.
Doing a TikTok dance.
Wicked?
Wicked Loathing is what I'll be doing.
I was the only one that picked the Cowboys in Carolina
know.
last week.
Bro, the fact that
What?
you were so ready to put that in the Slack the minute they won, I was like, God, this guy's petty.
I just did. I did
Oh,
not.
yeah.
I did not want to have to eat snacks. You guys had me worried.
No Mike with a chair.
Clarence.
Sam's Club of Snacks.
Had me snack the whole show.
What was you
Yeah.
thinking?
Got that monkey on my back.
No, it was good. It was a good pick. It was a good pick. Rico Dallas set a career high in rushing each of the last 3 weeks. I don't think he does that this week, but I do think he gets above that more.
Does he get 100? You put in the fourth straight call? I'm going to say no. What do you say?
Yes, he gets more. Wow. All right, he gets 100. He gets 100.
Wow.
More.
He's trying to get 1,000.
More.
That's all you got? You didn't got no other detail?
Damn.
Oh.
Tear
No,
him
I
up
thought
then.
he was going
No,
to.
tear him up. There's no
Get
rule
him.
about doing analysis while you make
No, that's
picks.
fair.
I just
If
happen
it's
to
just more.
sometimes because I know how long the segment is.
No, I think it, I think that it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be less. I think we're gonna see him do more receiving esque things.
Island.
You're island by yourself.
Island.
I think it's gonna be less. I hope that they take advantage
Okay,
of
so-
Tampa Bay's soft coverage and use him more in receiving aspects.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
Okay.
what is the what does Aisha have to do if she loses?
If
What
Rico
I gotta
go, you
I
have to do
ain't scared to
something
eat Taco Bell.
because
No,
you're
there
on,
ain't gonna be
you're
no
on
Taco
an
Bell.
island. You have to. We're gonna have to find the tools for it, but you have to do a technique teaching tape on a tackling dummy
Oh.
right there during the show.
Why would I be tackling?
Island.
You gotta shoot through,
Gotta throw the hands.
Okay.
face across.
Some of my
I don't
instincts
know.
might
We'll
kick. Yeah, I
bring the
might
hips.
put that thing in the triangle. You know what I'm
We'll
saying?
do
Gotta
it.
bring the hips.
Okay. I'll take that.
Run
back.
the feet.
We'll
I'll
figure
take
it
that.
out. I don't think we have a tackling dummy.
I'm gonna.
We'll do a
regret
video of
this.
it. We'll record it at.
We got Joe.
You can tackle me.
No, I'm not
It
gonna
was
hard on
Vita V's
you.
tackle dumb. I mean, she can do it against Joe.
Okay,
Oklahoma-
sounds good.
Run through
I'm
Joe.
going
Run through
that's
me.
what I'm sitting with.
And also we'll take suggestions for island bets. If you have
That's a
any,
good call.
If you have any creative ideas, we'll take them in the chat. And if you see this later, we'll take them in the comments on YouTube. If anybody is on the island and they're wrong,
Or
what do they have
Discord,
to
too.
do? Or in the Discord, yes.
Can I clarify that I do think he's gonna have over 100
No,
all-purpose yards?
No, you can't.
I just
On
don't think
purpose
he's
is
gonna
not
have
what-
100 on the
No,
ground.
that was not the bet. On purpose was not part of the deal.
Oh, I
She just wants
wanted
you to know.
say.
I was about to snarkily say something to her, but then you jumped in, and now I want to be
So you didn't have
snarky at
to-
you.
I'm just saying.
Oh, you was gonna get me? You
I'm
was
just
gonna
gonna
get
get
me?
you because it's rush stars. That's on purpose.
Leave me alone. All right. So what's that?
Leave me
What else?
alone.
Cooper Rush passing yards 228 and a half. And if you guys are wondering, yes, the Cowboys win way more games with Cooper than they do with Dak, which means we need to get rid of Dak,
Mm-hmm.
keep Cooper,
Who's the actual
and go
60
try to win
million?
the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Cooper Rush will have more than 228 and a half
Mm.
passing yards.
I think Cooper Rush has been playing a lot better. But I just don't think in terms of the explosion. I think the two to three actually all three touchdowns were kind of crazy last week. One of them, the Jalen Brooks one, he says one of the best throws he's ever made in his life. Because it was just guys working, hard to get there. Less.
Yeah, I'm going less as well.
Oh, y'all some haters. Put me on the island, see what happens.
Put him on the island. Put him on the island.
Put me on the island.
Oh,
see
that's
what
the cool
happens.
part about this.
I'm going more.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm going more
I wanted to be on the
because I
island.
think
I
you're
know
gonna have
you
to
did.
pass that ball around against these humans.
CT.
PTB one. Bet that bitch one time.
No, those two.
And let it go.
Mhm.
I had something to add, and I'm going to sit here quietly and see if I remember what it was.
I can feel it.
Do you think Cooper Rush is the Cowboys' backup next year?
Oh God.
I feel like it's trending
Yes.
towards it.
I
Yeah,
think so.
that'd
I
be
think
my
that's the
prediction.
safest bet that he's
Yeah.
still worth.
It's the safest
And
bet.
we talk about the 1 year deals. He's another 1 year deal.
But I also wonder.
I know it won't be.
I'm going. See,
Yeah.
that's my question.
No,
because
that's-
I was talking to my friend and yours, maybe I don't know. Brian brought us the other day, and he's like, I don't know, wouldn't be surprised. And there are people who think that maybe they're not putting Trey Lance on the field just in case he accidentally makes some good plays. And right now, They could bring him back for nothing, basically, because he has no market, and he could be the backup. I'm just saying.
You just have to be able to.
I don't know.
What market does Cooper have?
I don't know.
I don't know if he's ever going to get the big money back.
He's going to get $3 or $4 million a year.
I was going to say,
That's
yeah.
what he's getting now.
Yeah.
Would you sign him to a 2-year, like $10 million? Like just hey, we're good. We have a guy we
No,
trust.
because I'm kind of a believer of what Tom Moore said about Peyton Manning once upon a time when they're talking about backup quarterback and resources. He was like, if 18 goes down, we're effed. We don't practice effed. Like
Exactly.
we're done anyway. I don't care who the backup is. I'm not giving $5 million to somebody. I'll find a 5th rounder.
Yeah, that's
I need
why
to
we
know
don't
where
have a
Dylan
fun
Gabriel's getting drafted. That's what I need
Let's
to
go
know.
Ducks, dude.
That's why we don't have a fun
You're an
one.
Oregon fan.
I like Dylan Gabriel.
You like Bucky Irving? You like Dylan Gabriel?
Dude can sling it. That's all.
Look at them
Yeah.
Ducks. Look at them Ducks.
Mike Evans,
Okay.
80.5 receiving yards. I'm going to say more. And I do think that they may be playing from ahead, and this isn't about he's going to have 10 catches. I just seen enough of Mike Evans to know there's going to be at least one play where the Cowboys are going to slip into the Cowboys of old and forget how to tackle.
No,
And
this is
that
a
big
good yak
son of a
team.
biscuit is going to get to striding out on you.
No.
And he's going to have like a 50-yard catch somewhere in here. And that's why he'll have more than 80.5 in the game.
Brad the Rebel, PTB is Pat that.
Pat that bitch.
There it
Yeah,
is.
so in this case, we're obviously talking about the ball. You pat that bitch. Like I
And
came
then
up with
chuck
it. Originally, it was a Romo and Dez offensive plan of mine. You catch the snap, you pat that bitch 2 times, and you throw it as far as you can, and then Dez goes and gets it. That's PTB 2.
Mike Evans more.
Yeah, Mike Evans more. It's this Cowboys defense has a habit of going to sleep and allowing a big play. You talk about.
You're right.
I mean, you saw what
Good
happened against
call.
Carolina. We saw what
There's
happened
going to be a
against
broken
Washington.
tackle on a stop
Or-
route.
or
How many
a-
yards did Coker get?
Or a broken coverage. I
Yeah.
mean, just
Yeah.
letting the guy just run right down the field makes no sense. But yeah, Evans will be more.
I'm gonna say more because I'm really worrying about how the Cowboys get pressure on
Micah.
this offensive line. I know Micah's gonna do his thing. I'm talking about everybody.
Mike, you got to go give that right tackle the business. What's his name? Gadicki? I'm forgetting. I don't have it pulled
gonna
up.
get there.
Osa as well. I'm just saying
Gardonkey.
this offensive line is
Gardonkey?
good.
No, I'm just making
I don't
it up.
think it is.
No, I made it up.
Although it
All
could
right,
be.
y'all. Yeah, more for me.
Okay. I really
It's a
wanted
sweep.
you.
It's a sweep.
You know what? I'd like to go back to me. I'd like to go less.
Whoa.
I just want to be on the island. I like having bad things happen to me. So I want to, pinky toe bet.
Pinky toe.
I cut it off if I'm wrong.
You need it for balance.
I don't think
You-
need I do think you need the pinky one. Okay, second toe bet.
All right,
Which
you might
toe
be-
would you want to lose? It would be the
Your ring
second.
toe.
It would be the ring toe. is
It'd be the
one.
ring toe.
No. It'd be the pointer toe. Because that big toe can handle a lot. So I think you take the one next to it. Because the big one can handle it.
I don't think so.
You don't want the pinky taking more. It's a tiny toe.
No, but
He's locked. He's locked up. Somebody reboot Joe. Somebody reboot Joe.
Just get Botox in your toe.
you toe talks? You want to get some toe talks?
toe talks is like
Toe talks is
We were talking
insane.
Botox yesterday. I'm just
Get a
saying.
foot tattoo. We just need help. We'll need help from the die. Maybe we'll check it. We'll post it in the Die Hard
See, Brad
Discord
Rebel
lounge.
like that. He like that. Botox in the toe.
We'll post.
Toe talks?
I think it's a good question. Like, which toe do you think is the least important? I think it's the one next to the big toe because the big toe is very hefty and it can handle it.
oh
The
my-
little tiny toe, if you lose it, it's on the outside. That would be terrible for your balance. You would fall over.
I
You'd
was at
thump
Carl
everywhere.
Prime.
If you- Yeah, but that's disgusting. Did you guys watch the Colorado show where they showed injecting his
Yeah.
stumpy foot? With
No,
Yeah.
I did not watch that.
Stumpy foot.
Game result. Let's do math. If they go doot, and then doot, maybe doot. That would be 27. Tampa Bay Buccaneers 27. Your Dallas Cowboys, who are part of a Netflix special coming up soon.
Oh,
7. We get one tutty at least. 10, 13,
This
14, 17. 27-20.
no,
Tampa Bay.
Wow.
That's what you wanted? Come on in.
28-20 is me.
Come on in. Well, you not yet.
Who
It's
you
not.
picking to win?
The Bucs.
Not yet. You're not.
It's too close.
I'm going
You're fourth on the board.
Let's go. Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
going 28-27
No, I just
Bucks.
repeat
Brandon Aubrey attempts a 70-yarder as time expires. He doesn't make it. They lose.
You're what a jerk. Yeah, mine's a loss. Yeah.
I got Bucs 26-17. Even though I dreamed that the Cowboys would win, I'm going against my dream. I'm going against my inner thoughts.
Yeah.
My inner dream last night.
Your inner home.
We need a dream interpreter. What does it mean?
28-20. I think the spread's what, 4?
Okay.
I actually don't even know this.
Nestos in the super chat. Do y'all think with
Bucs.
Baker being a shorter QB, Zim will send Micah up the middle? I think Zim's going to send Micah every which where. Once you can stop
Micah
the
gets
run.
2 sacks and gets over double digits.
Hey, I mean, plus,
Let's
I mean,
go.
the way they say it on the broadcast, it sounds like Micah picks where he goes. Like they call the defensive play, and Micah looks at what they got, and he's like, "All right, I take your spot.
He went
go over there."
He went up to Zimmer and tried to tell him where to line up, and Zimmer said, "Stop! Get out of my face!" He yelled at him. It's pretty funny.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we will be here on what's today? What day is it?
Sunday.
Today's Friday, so we'll be here for Sunday night.
Hey.
We'll be here for Sunday night
dope.
football. We'll have a pre and a
What is
post
that?
game show for you.
Oh, look at it. It's a college football playoff. I used to cover SMU. Look at the swag for SMU fans.
Is this merch on the All DLLS
Look at this.
website?
It says
And if
on
you sign up to be a diehard, you get a free T-shirt and you get 20% off merch. What? I would
Nice,
sign up today.
soft.
It does.
Thanks for
look
stopping by,
fun.
everybody. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through, so be cool to everyone. Some of us are hungover. I love you. We love you. Be easy. Or else. Not a threat.
Bye.
We all silly like the mayor.